Today is so much different than the past, especially talking about children, where they are, on the streets, the dangers, the problems. I have gathered some very important information, primarily used by the Florida Attorney General's office, on how to safeguard your children. So please listen to this completely, because this can be a matter of life or death. Teach your children never to talk to strangers. Teach them never to ride their bikes alone. Always ride with a buddy and always wear their helmet. Teach them to always look both ways and watch for cars before entering and crossing the street. Establish neighborhood boundaries in which they may play. Teach them to never open the door to a stranger when home alone. Teach them that when answering the telephone, never give out any personal information or let the person who calls know if they are alone. Teach them to be sure to let their parents know exactly where they will be and for how long, and to always call and let them know if they decide to go somewhere else. If they should ever see a gun, teach them to stop, don't touch, and call an adult. Teach them to never get into a car with someone they don't know. If they feel threatened, teach them to run away as fast as they can. Develop a secret password that must be used if someone unfamiliar is to pick them up from school or play. If they come home and something about the house doesn't look right, teach them to go outside immediately and go to a neighbor for help. Teach them that 911 should be used only for emergencies. Teach your child to walk confidently and stay alert to where they are and what is going on around them at all times. Teach your child to notice and report strangers who hang around playgrounds, public restrooms, and empty buildings. Teach your children that most people are good, but bad people do exist. Children should understand that appearance or demeanor cannot determine whether a person is good or bad. People are not always as they seem. Teach your children that they have the right to say no to anyone, even to an adult they know who touches them inappropriately. They must yell no, get away, and tell a grown-up safety friend. Make it your business to know your child's friends and their parents. Review possible abduction scenarios with your children on a regular basis. Avoid shortcuts through empty parks, fields, laneways, alleys, or behind buildings. Avoid clothing with your child's name on it. Always accompany young children to the bathroom in public places. Review with your child what an emergency is and the types of emergencies that can occur. Keep an up-to-date photograph of your child with the current record of height, weight, and any prominent scars or marks and location on the body. Always keep a strand of the child's hair or fingernail clippings for DNA testing and identification purposes. Teach children to yell the word fire over and over if someone is trying to abduct them. The word fire is an attention getter, and normally most people will stop what they are doing to see where the fire is. Secure all firearms that are in the home. Use some type of gun safety lock and keep the weapon and ammunition stored separately when not being used. Your child must understand that grown-ups ask other grown-ups for help, not kids. If your child walks to school, try to have them walk in a group with other children that they are familiar with. Also instruct them to stay on the main sidewalk or route home. Monitor your child's activities on the internet. Learn who they chat with and what they talk about. There are sexual predators who use the internet to attract their victims. When utilizing a babysitter, make sure you leave specific emergency contact information so that you can be contacted in case of an emergency. Also, leave a list of any type of allergic or pre-existing medical conditions that your child might have. All children, all ages, need to understand to never open the door regardless of what they hear. It may be a baby crying. It may be a cat purring. Regardless of what you hear, always call the police. Please pass this valuable information along to everyone that you know. Thank you for tuning in with me. I'm Dr. Alan Mandel.